Today I'm traveling and I don't want to go out and mess around with crowds and go to a restaurant or whatever, so I have my little cook kit with me. And this isn't really a review per se, it's more of a this is how I do it thing. And I'll show you what I've got. This is a Moore's Kahansky pot that I got from 4Dog Stove, and a little tea, a spoon. And then inside of that pot is another pot. Get it out of there. It's a MSR Titan, and in there I have a coffee cup or a teacup, and then I've got this little MSR Micro Rocket, I think it's called. And the reason I carry this bigger pot, I mean, I don't usually have to cook anything in there, but one thing to know is that if you're going to rely on these little gas stoves that require canisters, is that if you are in the middle of nowhere, which is very often the case, or if you fly, you can't take this with you. So if you're going to rely on this as a fuel source or as a cooking method, you need to have some backup. And so that's one of the reasons why I carry these kind of old school pots. This one has a bail, and I've cooked over fires, you name it, with it. So if for some reason I can't get fuel for the canister, I can still eat. Same thing with this MSR Titan pot. It's not quite as easy because it doesn't have a bail, and I don't really want to go to the trouble of like poking holes in my pot to make a bail. You know, I've got a couple different options if I want to cook. Now, as far as the fuel for these things, you know, I wasn't crazy about the idea because of these fuel canisters, but they've gotten more available in recent years, at least where I live, and I live in the middle of nowhere. So I can't get the MSR brand at Walmart, but I can get a Coleman brand. And the Coleman and the MSR, and then for the Jetboil brand works for both of these stoves. So you can pretty much use whatever fuel you can find with one of these little stoves. It does present a bit of a problem when traveling to third world countries, just because I have never encountered one of these canisters, you know, like in some tiny little town in the middle of nowhere. Maybe somebody has, but I've never seen it. Getting back to what I was saying about having a little bit of versatility, I like the Jetboil system. I especially like that it's so slick. I mean, everything nests together. I mean, it's got a stove, and you can fit your fuel canister in there, and then you don't necessarily have to use this pot because it comes with a little pot stand that you can rig up on top of the thing. But then I'm carrying the jet fuel, and I'm kind of locked into carrying another pot. Probably this, because it's got a bail and I can really easily cook over a fire with it. One of the drawbacks to the Jetboil is I'm probably not going to try to put this over a fire because I don't want to melt it. But I do like the Jetboil system, and I think it's fantastic if you know for sure that you're going to have a reliable source of your fuels and things like that. But if I'm not 100% sure, then I carry my other kit. So getting into some specifics with this stove, the MSR stove comes in this nice little case that nests down inside of a coffee cup even. It's pretty lightweight. I don't know the exact specs off the top of my head, but I'm satisfied with the lightness of it. And it's, you know, really compact. It's pretty small. And I think you get a lot of bang for your buck with one of these little stoves like this. This one, I traded one of my parangs that I made for this stove. So I don't even know what they cost, but I really like it. And then, you know, in the little thing with your stove is one of these little piezo lighters, and you just turn on the gas and go to town. And then it's got a, you know, a control. You can turn it up or down with this little control on the side. And it boils water like any other stove would. Alright, let's check on the soup. And it's done. So I hope you at least got a little insight. A lot of my fears about the canister system fuels have been allayed in recent years, and it is extremely convenient. But at this point, if I'm in any kind of a place where there's woods or something, and I might not get to a store all that easily, or if I'm flying, for instance, I like to have this a real suitable, you know, multi-use pot and cook set along, just in case I can't find the fuel canisters. That being said, I love the convenience of that Jetboil. At least in my particular set of circumstances, it works best when I'm in civilization and not as well when I'm out in the boonies. Thanks for watching.